What is up, everybody? Dashing here for episode 498 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 133 of Monday Night Fusion. As we just see there, the mystery man in the mask, El Valentino, making his way to the ring for some singles competition. And what is up, everybody? Mark, Go, Crispy, Flashy, Dynamic, Soul. Glad to see y'all. Welcome in, as now here comes Brandon Rain. Definitely going to be an interesting bout to kick off, as always, an action-packed show. And guys, this week, a big one for CMV is, of course, this Friday on Genesis is the 500th episode of CMV overall. The card was revealed on Twitter a couple days ago, and boy, is it going to be a good one, featuring superstars from Fusion, NGW, and Genesis. And of course, also this Sunday is the last stop on the road to Ascendant 6, the Genesis exclusive pay-per-view Purgatory, where the main event will also be in a bit of a inter-brand matchup when the two headlining matches for Ascendant 6 collide. World champion Harvey Hastings and his #1 contender Jacob Ziegler will take on Josh Wolf and the Alpha World champion, the Bloody Brick, Chris Andrews. A big question on everyone's mind is, will Hastings and Ziegler be able to work together? Well, tonight we'll get a taste of that to see if they can, because they're going to be teaming together to battle the perhaps even more dysfunctional team of Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious. But El Valentino starts strong here against Brandon Ray with a nice cross-armed neck breaker. What up, Topher? That pre-show match, brainbuster to follow through by Valentino, who of course debuted here on Fusion last week, being defeated at the hands of light heavyweight champion Percy Simmons, who later on tonight going to take on Schmidian. Certainly a big step up in competition for the longest reigning light heavyweight champion of all time. And El Valentino, we talked last week about how, well, I talked about how there's like a vibe about him. I feel like I know him, but I just can't put my finger on it. Well, Brandon Rain, we know, had been out of action for 2 weeks. The last time we saw him, he was in tag team action. He and Shanaz Andoni were taking on Rob Cross and Prince Brenton in that matchup. The referee had to call stoppage after Prince Brent had beaten Brandon Rain so badly he could not continue. But Rain luckily has rested up these past 2 weeks, and now he's back on the road to Ascendant 6. We know that Percy Simmons needs a challenger for his light heavyweight title. Rain and Percy have a pretty long history this season. Rain wanting to get another shot at the title as he knocks Valentino down to the outside of the ring. Whoa, what up, Bogan? Jawbreaker and an elbow right to the side of the head to follow up on it. Now an Irish whip into the steel steps. El Valentino certainly proving that he knows how to use his surroundings as a weapon. El Valentino again sending his opponent right into the steel of the steps. Then a cutthroat by Valentino. A luchador. You know, we don't have a whole lot of luchadors in CMV. I can't even think of, well, El Jefe is really the most prominent. Now look at that, El Valentino, the master of his trade right here, slamming Rain face first off of the apron. A count of 6, and El Valentino going to bring this fight back into the ring, not wanting to end it via count out, it would seem. He ain't going to pull a Chris Andrews, but he is going to go to the top rope. The high rank district. Will it pay off? Nice little modified leg drop. A bit of a pizzazz added on. And Brandon Rain certainly in big trouble right now as El Valentino going to drop him right over the top rope, using his ring now as a weapon. Nice little, ooh! How about that reversal? Brandon Ray was looking for a float over DDT at the last second. Valentino turns it into a Northern Light suplex. That was awesome. And a slapjack. Now that's a maneuver that is very rare to see in CMV. In fact, the only guy I've seen ever hit it is Adam Valentine. Maybe a big Adam Valentine fan is El Valentino, as now he's going to run the ropes for a couple of leg drops. Valentino now drops down to one knee. Stamina taken out of him, as we are going to get a tweet, guys, from world champion Harvey Hastings. He says, Ziggler, the match at Purgatory isn't about you, Wolf, or Andrews. It's about me and my title. Stay in your corner. Now a butterfly pile driver utilized by El Valentino. We know that Harvey Hastings these past few weeks very upset at the fact that the Alpha World title match between Josh Wolf and Chris Andrews. There's a hair in my mouth, I can't get out. The fact that the Wolf Andrews match is getting the main event at Ascendant 6 feels as though he should have had that spotlight. What a reversal there by Brandon Rain, though. Sunset flip into the ring. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Tried to steal the win there. Wow. I just realized it was a hair from my mustache. That's why I couldn't get it out. Look at that now. Brandon Rain rallying and come back with the support of the CM Universe behind him. Pays homage to his legion of fans. Goes for a stop now. El Valentino back up to his seat, wanting to maintain control. Brandon Rain, though, once he gets going, it is nearly impossible to stop him, and now he's going to fire back with a pile driver of his own. Leg drop, elbow drop, and forearm smash combination brought together nicely. Well, again, Harvey Hastings making it very clear that he's not going to play well with Jacob Ziegler, but tonight we get a preview of Purgatory this Sunday. Can he, in the pride of Scotland, maintain a partnership long enough to knock off Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious as Raindrop connects from Brandon Rain? 1, 2, no, but only a 2 count. It's not going to be enough to keep down the luchador, the mystery man in the mask. Able to survive. The question is now, can he turn things around? A little bit of a juke and a jive in there for a minute. And now we get a tweet, guys. Hang on one second, because I feel like El Valentino is going to try to hit something big here. He is. A rope-assisted swinging neck breaker by Valentino. And that's not all. Now on the prowl. Coming up from behind. What is Valentino looking for here? Schoolboy popped up into a butterfly DDT. Another Adam Valentine classic. This guy's a big fan of Adam Valentine. 1, 2, 3, and Valentino gets the win over Brandon Rain. El Valentino finds his first victory in CMV and a big victory over former #1 contender for the light heavyweight title, Brandon Rain. As we get those highlights, guys, the tweet I was going to read from before is from 1/3 of the CMV Trios champion, Splashy. Says, so I'm watching the Brass Ring Club's back on the 500th episode of CMV. I don't mean to complain, but I want to compete on the 500th episode of CMV. Give me anyone with any stipulation, and I'm down for it. And Chris Sullivan and JT Fury of the BRC are set to compete in tag team action against the Forsaken this Friday on Genesis, the 500th episode. Flashy, though, saying he wants some action. So El Valentino knocks off Brandon Rain here to kick off Fusion number 133. A great matchup. And a tweet at times, surprisingly enough, didn't know he still watched CMV after being fired last month. But, well, still surveying the scene, and he says, I like this El Valentino guy, definitely a future world champion. May have to find out who this guy is. Now, I think we'd all like to know who he is. But action up next continues as Masao Yume, the Japanese offensive with Nick Hemmerling watching his back, going to take on United States champion Alistair Knox. And interestingly enough, MLP going to be ringside for this one. We know that at Ascendant 6 in 5 weeks' time, MLP will challenge Alistair Knox for his United States Championship. Knox certainly, it was a rough week for him last week, because not only did he lose on Monday Night Fusion, it was actually 2 weeks ago, Fusion, he pinned for only the 3rd time ever at the hands of world champion Harvey Hastings. Then at Final Stand in the Deadly Games tournament, was submitted for the first time ever, first round, by Perry Heenan. So Knox, certainly wants to try to bounce back. The longest reigning United States champion of all time is going to face his biggest challenge today in former Alpha World champion Michael Lee Pratt. But tonight, Pratt on Cox and throw him off his game, especially against someone like Masao Yume. You do not want to lose your focus. And a tweet here now, guys, from What Up Chase. A tweet from Crow says, the Bloody Forest match was horrendous. Me and Caleb are banged up, but there is no rest for the wicked. Ascendance is on the horizon. We can't, I believe I have to say there, wait to see what anarchy we can cause on the grandest stage of them all. Yeah, that Bloody Forest match was definitely a sight to see. You can check it out on our website, cmvwrestling.com. But Crow and Caleb getting a well-deserved week off. It is dynamic. The card is up on Twitter. It hasn't been posted to the website yet. But all 3 brands, Fusion, NGW, and Genesis, is going to be featured. Well, here comes Global Offensive, but it is the big Masao Yume on the left. That's in action. Nicholas Hemmerling going to be watching his back. Of course, the leader of Global Offensive, the world champion Harvey Hastings, later on tonight in our main event, going to be competing. Great action still to come tonight, guys. Up next, tag team match. We'll see Chris Diamond and MF3 take on the pairing of Perry Heenan and PJ Moon. Not to mention light heavyweight champion Percy Simmons versus Schmitty with the potential to be a show stealer. As Masao Yume awaits the arrival of our United States champion. Now, guys, a tweet from the #1 contender for the world title, the Scotsman, Jacob Ziegler, says, you'd think by now people would learn I don't play well with others. Oh well, another tag match it is. Harvey should be a good wee boy and stay out of my way tonight. So both men telling each other to stay out of their way. Yeah, something tells me this is not going to be exactly a great tag team dynamic, but they're facing equally, if not more, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I guess bickering duo. Never forget. And Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious. But here comes the United States champion, the longest reigning United States champion of all time, with the most defenses in CMV history under his belt. Ascendant 6 awaits the ominous one, where he will challenge that man that's walking down the ramp right behind him, MLP. I don't even know if Knox is aware of the fact that MLP is behind him. Now, guys, a tweet coming from Josh Wolf says, at Harvey Hastings, I feel an unending rage. You say you killed over 20 men, and well, I'll avenge them by killing you. Harvey Hastings, of course, last week going to Genesis and brutally attacking Josh Wolf. Cost him a matchup in the main event against Sam Valentine. Harvey saying Fusion is not his only playground anymore. He's taking over Genesis as well. But a big opportunity this is for Masao Yume up against Alistair Knox. Nicholas Hemmerling and MLP skulking around ringside. Look at that, swoops right behind and a single knee gutbuster. Going to immediately take the fight to Alistair Knox, with the champ bops back up with a jawbreaker, creates a little bit of distance to the facebuster. And undoubtedly, you can tell Masao Yuma's got a big-time weight advantage, a strength advantage, a former Rising Star champion. Now, Masao Yuma actually earlier this season challenged for the United States title when Paul Devine was the champion. Look at this, though. Alistair Knox tying Masao Yuma up in a Rings of Saturn submission hold that's forcing Hemmerling to cringe at ringside. And now a tweet, guys, from Matt Devious, the hero killer, says, "Nonsense. Briggs does what I expect him to do because he's in my world. I know how he thinks and how he acts. That's how best friends are, after all." How delusional is Masao Yuma? Well, yeah, Masao Yuma's a pretty delusional guy as well, but Matt Devious even more so. To think that Andrew Briggs is just going to follow his lead after everything that Devious has done to him. We've seen Andrew Briggs cracking these past couple weeks from all the mind games. The big rope hung knee strike there, though, by the Japanese bulldozer, followed by a massive kick to the back. Action rolls out of the way. Alistair Knox, that's what he's going to have to utilize in this matchup, is his speed. His ability to outmaneuver Yuma, but right there it didn't work out very well for a massive clothesline from Global Offensive's enforcer, Michael Lee Pratt, who returned to in-ring action on last week's show after 6 months on the shelf. Fought world champion Harvey Hastings in the main event, guys, and multiple times he had Hastings beat, but thanks to Masao Yuma, Nicholas Hemmerling ringside interfering, Harvey Hastings came out with the victory. Maybe in a way this is MLP trying to get some payback towards Yuma by now trying to throw him off his game. As Alistair Knox pulls up an Irish whip to Yuma that sends him off the ropes, guys. A tweet from John Reed towards Jacob Ziegler says, "So you don't play well with others? Well, duh. You were the only one eliminated on your team at Homecoming. On Genesis, I will show you that you are all hype and nothing to back it up. You will fall, and I will rise." Yes, this Friday on Genesis, the 500th edition, Jacob Ziegler will go one-on-one with John Reed. Actually, Ziegler tweeted about that earlier this week on Twitter, saying that he's going to show Genesis what a real superstar looks like. John Reed, though, throwing some poison back. And look at this. Nicholas Hemmerling calling the attention of Alistair Knox, United States champion, falling for it. Yuma back to his feet, now going to capitalize. Tries to. But Alistair Knox a little bit quicker. Irish whipping out onto the apron. And look at the power of our United States champion with a rope hung facebuster. And meanwhile, Nicholas Hemmerling slid a steel chair into the ring, and referee Murphy standing right on top of it, but somehow doesn't realize that it's there. Oh, no. No! You with the steel chair right to the back of Alistair Knox's head while Nicholas Hemmerling was distracting referee Murphy. Now you puts the chair in the corner. Somehow Murphy didn't see that either. Global Offensive working like a well-oiled machine, but Knox takes it in stride with a pinch of salt. No doubt the damage has been done, however. MLP not doing anything ringside to help out Knox. Why would he? Masao Yuma trying to stay in control, but Alistair Knox is not making it easy for him. Knox now going to the corner. That is way too far for him to try anything there. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Alistair Knox with a horrid attempt at an elbow drop, and finally Murphy doesn't take it out of the ring though, just throws it on the floor. Well, at least it's out of the corner. Oh my God! What a forearm smash by Alistair Knox. Literally made Masao Yuma go limp. And in the camel clutch position, Knox now unloading with some forearm smashes straight across the face. Knox isn't done either. Masao Yuma isn't either, though. Elbow the gut kick to the midsection. Finally, Murphy gets the chair out of the ring. And look at those nasty knees. Masao Yuma coming from Japan. No, it's all about strong style. You do not want to get in a slugfest with Yuma, but taunted right there. Knox tries to make him pay for it, but instead gets a massive spine buster for his troubles. Yuma brings up to his feet, clothesline again. Ducks a clothesline super kick from Masao Yuma, something you don't see too often from the bulldozer. Tries for a kick to the gut now, but Knox catches him. Elbow to the knee, ducks the clothesline, gets it on the rebound. What a matchup this has been so far between these two. First time encounter. Maseo Yume with a knee to the back of Alistair Knox's head. And gonna go for a lateral press off of that. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Maseo Yume back to his seat, surveying the scene. Stomp right to the back of Knox's head. The United States champion is in big trouble, and there's no doubt about that. He's trying to stay alive. European uppercut staggers the Japanese bulldozer into a front headlock, and Alistair Knox gonna try to take him down with a swinging neck breaker. And now Knox has his eyes on the prize, the finish line ahead. Maseo Yume with a valiant effort and some dirty heel tactics trying to get the edge here, but Knox locks in censorship to claim yet another victim. Will it be enough, Yume? Wow, Maseo Yume, look at the power. Escaped censorship. Used to be a short list of men who have escaped that maneuver, but lately Knox has been off his game, it seems. And Yume now going to make him pay up on the top rope where he does not want to be. Big inverted suplex from the top rope. Rebounds off the ropes, headbutt right to the shoulder of Alistair Knox. Good strategy by Yume. Take out his arm. He can't apply censorship again. So I don't think Yume will survive it a second time. I don't think Knox will survive these kicks. Right to the chest. Strong style. Again and again. And then the final one goes right to the back of the ear. Hooks the leg of Alistair Knox. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, however. Maseo Yume knows this would be a huge win for him, but he could not seem to find a way to keep Alistair Knox down. Perhaps this will be enough as he lines up the shot, and Knox gets to see, unaware of where he is. Maseo Yume goes for the elevator ride, but Alistair Knox has it well scouted. Busts Maseo wide open with a knee, or with an elbow rather. There's a hook to the jaw. The bicycle knee attempted. Maseo Yume grabs it, kick up under the thigh, tries to close in, thrown over the head with the fireman's carry. What a reversal fest between these two superstars. And what a match this has been. Suplex by Maseo Yume. Now the big man with a falling headbutt off the ropes. Desperation pin at this point in the matchup by Maseo Yume. Tries to finish off Alistair Knox, but nope, still unable to find that 3 count. Now hands on his hips, wondering, thinking, what the hell do I gotta do? As MLP with his arms crossed ringside, not seeming too impressed. Now Maseo Yume late into the matchup, trying to slow things down a little bit as he's got side control, but Alistair Knox quickly escapes it, back up to his seat, side headlock of his own. There's that bicycle knee. Yume walked right into it, and Alistair now arms out wide, calling for the end. Maseo looks out of it, kick to the midsection. Modified suplex and a fury punch to follow through. Maseo Yume is bleeding, remember, and Alistair Knox gonna look to make him bleed even more with these mounted punches. Stomp to the gut on the way out. And now Alistair Knox tries to seal the deal, go for another censorship. Yume shuts it down. And look at those versatile knee strikes. And then a big boot as Knox is tied up in the ropes. Sends him down to the outside. What up, Quincy? Referee begins his count at 1 as Yume continues his attack. But Alistair Knox is ready for him. Drop face first on the announce table. Nearly knocked over my Mountain Dew here. Come on, guys. Clothesline out by the United States champion. Stop down onto the arm. Murphy is at a count of 4. MLP and Nicholas Hemmerling keeping their distance, watching, closely observing. Only our second matchup of the night here for Fusion number 133. But what's MLP doing, guys? Keep your eyes on Michael Lee Pratt, the former Alpha World Champion. Looks like Hume's going to try for a count-out win, and he just might get it. Count of 8. Will Alistair Knox's losing streak continue, or can he turn it around? Only been defeated 4 times, one-on-one, in his over a year career here in CMV. But 2 of those losses came over the past 2 weeks. Those are my dad's, GOAT. They sit out here with me every show. Alistair Knox, nasty knees getting through, snapmare. Now it's him who wants to bring this match to a grinding halt. And look at that play. This is a perfect example of somebody playing with their food. Alistair Knox has a figure 4, a head scissors cinched in, and Masao Yu can't escape, just toss him around like a rag doll. Masao eventually breaks free as he tries to close in for the win. Alistair Knox grabs him, slams him into the corner. Masao, you guys weighs near 300 pounds, and Knox is acting like he's 100. Bicycle knee again, right on the button. MLP intently watching now. Before, he didn't seem too impressed, but what a great match this has been. Going to be hard to follow up for the rest of the show. We've still got some great matches to come, though. And once again, Alistair Knox, the master of the submission holds, with the rings of Saturn, but Masao Yu escapes. Elbow to the head again, elbow to the head a 3rd time. Masao tries for a double open palm strike to the chest, but instead Knox deflects it, and once again takes Masao into censorship, squeezing the life out of the Japanese bulldozer. Can Yum escape again? Or will he be forced to submit? No! Masao Yu has no choice but to tap. Alistair Knox has just about enough playing around and forces the massive Masao Yu to tap out. And look at this now. MLP gets into the ring, and Knox offers a handshake to his Ascendance opponent. Even though MLP attacked Knox 3 weeks ago, MLP respecting that Knox just put on a hell of a match. It is, can they bump it with still 5 Ascendants? Well, Alistair Knox in a great match against Masao Yu gets the win, and we continue to our 3rd matchup of the night and our first of 2 tag team matches of the evening, as Chris Diamond pair up with MF3 to take on the interesting team of Perry Heenan and PJ Moon, who of course were Sunday at Final Stand and the finals of the Deadly Games, which of course Perry Heenan ended up winning to then go on to challenge Harvey Hastings in a failed Divine. And a massive win for the Pretty Boy Pitbull. But guys, huge news announced earlier tonight by General Manager Yuri Sokolov. He has signed it. It is official. In 5 weeks at Ascendant 6, Maurice Fisher III, the Angel of Fusion, will go one-on-one with the Pretty Boy Pitbull, Perry Heenan, at the Show of Shows. And the matchup stemming from when MF3 debuted 3 weeks ago, and Perry Heenan attacked his personal assistant, his personal driver, injuring him. Perry Heenan says that he's not going to allow MF3 to come over from unmatched and steal the spotlight he has worked so hard to earn. Not going to let MF3, you know, when MF3 first came here, he said that, just put me in the main event. That's where Fusion. No way, no how. I ain't going to let you come out of nowhere and take what I've worked so hard for. So Perry going to get his opportunity to silence MF3 and send his ass to the back of the line at Ascendance. We also know that Chris Diamond will be going one-on-one with PJ Moon in a rematch from their first-round matchup in the Deadly Games. That was a show stealer, perhaps match of the year candidate, Chris Diamond actually made the challenge to PJ Moon, said, so long as you allow me to pick the stipulation, I will gladly meet you one-on-one again at Ascendance. And PJ Moon said, you got it. No matter what kind of match type it is, I will stomp you into dust. What up, Bateman, you sweet little egg McMuffin. Definitely ready for Percy Simmons to go one-on-one with Schmitty later on tonight. And let's not forget what is going to be a volatile main event. Dysfunctional teams, Andrew Briggs and Matt Beavis team up to take on Jacob Ziegler, world champion Harvey Hastings, right now former world champion. The fastest rising star perhaps in CMV history. In 6 months, this man racked up more accolades that other superstars haven't been able to do in years here in CMV. Chris Diamond has the opportunity to become world champion, once again stolen from him by PJ Moon in the Deadly Games at Final Stand. So he's going to get his chance at revenge come Ascendant 6 in 5 weeks. But tonight he teams with Maurice Fisher III, who debuted last week in ring, knocking off Andrew Briggs. And Chris Diamond and MF3 actually were sitting pretty buddy-buddy on Twitter this past week. Ascendance 6 is a 3-day event. It is the 10th, the 12th, and 13th of August. Purgatory is this Sunday, 15th. Ascendance 6 is August 10th, 12th, and 13th. And here comes the former Angel of Intensity, then Angel of a Match, now Angel of Fusion, a man who in his time at Unmatched, a lot of people thought he should have been a world champion on numerous occasions, but never could break that glass ceiling. Now starting anew on Fusion. It was a great beginning for MF3 last week, and what a match he had against Briggs to pick up the win. At Ascendant 6, he goes one-on-one with Perry Heenan, and what I can already tell is going to be a phenomenal matchup. But tonight, he and Diamond going to be working together to knock out their common enemies. Chris Diamond and MF3 making a pretty spicy team here tonight, but will they be able to handle the combination of this man, the pretty boy Pitbull, the second annual Deadly Games, where the man who beat Paul Divine, Perry Heenan, and of course his partner, the one and only PJ Moon. Well, PJ Moon let it be known that there was no hard feelings between him and Heenan. Gave Heenan credit, paid him respect for a hell of a matchup they had in the finals of the Deadly Games. And certainly some part of Perry Heenan has to respect PJ Moon. PJ Moon did not go down easy in that last man standing match. Perry Heenan, slowly but surely these past few weeks, winning people over, winning the guys in the back over, winning management over. At Ascendant 6, Perry Heenan looks to put down MF3 and maybe, just maybe, get himself another shot at the World Championship. He came close at Final Stand, man. So close. And here he comes, PJ Moon. A guy who was kind of in the same boat that Perry Heenan was in for a while, was struggling to get guys to, you know, the respect of the guys in the back, and certainly the respect of a lot of people in the CM universe. He came in and was automatically given this spot in the Deadly Games, a spot that probably could have gone to a lot of other guys who have, you know, been here since the start of this season or been here for years. But PJ Moon, his performance in the Deadly Games, I don't think that there's anybody who can doubt him anymore. Even though he did not win the games, PJ Moon went through hell and back. A no-holds-barred match against Diamond that, quite frankly, could be match of the year. A 30-minute Iron Man match against Ziggler, and then that last man standing match against Heenan. All in one night. Last week, of course, Moon knocked off Chris Diamond's best buddy, Rob Cross, with the quickness. PJ Moon, known around the wrestling world, has finally made a home here in CMV, and at Ascendant 6 at the Show of Shows, the Extravaganza. Whatever sort of stipulation Chris Diamond picks. Look at the light. The CM universe on fire once again, no pun intended, as the fire just went off at that perfect time. So here we go. Chris Diamond, MF3, we know are on the same page. Well, Perry Heenan and PJ Moon, and though we know there is some respect between them, be able to function enough as a team to get the job done. Chris Diamond and Heenan lock up, collar and elbow. The start of this one, and Chris Diamond, surprisingly enough, gonna back Heenan into the corner. We're gonna get a clean break. Referee Murphy coming between them. Chris Diamond closing right back in for a backbreaker, Russian leg sweep combination, the baller baby. Shooting a little glance there at PJ Moon on the apron before going back to the attack. Perry Heenan is ready for him though, throws overhead with the fireman's carry. The former Anarchy champion, a man who has only been defeated a handful of times in his CMV career. Perry Heenan, I do believe, has only been defeated maybe 3 times this entire season one-on-one. And look at that. Chris Diamond knocks Heenan down to the outside, and PJ Moon takes the opening to punch Diamond right in the face. Diamond can't respond because referee Murphy is watching him. Well, that gave Perry Heenan some time to recuperate. Now shakes the cobwebs and just unloads on the former world champion. Tries to close in, but gets a jawbreaker. Guys, up next after this 6-man tag team matchup in the Trios division, as former Trios champions, the Kent brothers and Damien, are going to take on definitely an interesting Trios team. CMV veteran Shenazzy known as Zach Payne and Bison. Looking forward to that. Yeah, Logan Hale, Paul Devine, Bison, and Hastings are the 4 losses that Heenan has in his over a year career. Actually, it's just, yeah, it is just a year, because Perry Heenan has his first pay-per-view match at last year's Purgatory. He defended the Anarchy title against Reese Matthews, if I remember correctly. He had won the Anarchy title on episode of Fusion like 2 weeks after he debuted. But of course, last week, Perry Heenan got that win from Paul Devine back when he knocked off the Asian sensation. Right now, he's having a rough go of it. Chris Diamond throwing him gut first into the announce table. Snaps the arm over the shoulder, gets an elbow to the side of the head, and then a kick to the shin. Chris Diamond, don't sleep on Perry Heenan, but don't sleep on Chris Diamond either. Well, Chris Diamond's going to break the referee's count, but then drags Heenan right back out. Hangman's neck breaker from the apron and down onto the outside of the ring where that concrete lies beneath the thin pads. Thrown back into the ring, Perry Heenan in pursuit, continues his attack, tries to, but instead gets a kick to the midsection, up over the shoulders, TKO! That was actually announced about a month ago, Hellish, is that after Ascendant 6, the Trios titles become multi-branded, which means they can be competed for on all three brands, Fusion, Genesis, and even NGW. That's after Ascendance. Until then, though, they are Fusion exclusive still, but after Ascendance, they will be able to be competed for on all three brands and going into next season. Snapmare by Diamond maintains control, and now knees to the chest again and again and again. Perry Heenan, you can see, desperately trying to make his way over to hot tag PJ Moon, but Diamond stops him dead in his tracks. Nice roll through, and Diamond lights up the chest of the Pretty Boy Pitbull like it's the 4th of July, but a snap German suplex. Heenan right back up to his feet like it ain't no thing but a chicken wang. And to the corner, Perry Heenan, liking the way this matchup is going thus far. Hook to the jaw, double knee backstabber. And there you see Heenan again, desperately trying to make that tag to PJ Moon, but Diamond doing such a good job of ensuring that he does not. I suppose that could happen, Topher. Perry Heenan, nice loose ledge press. And just again and again with these right hands to the jaw. The second annual Deadly Games winner went through hell. And in order to earn that world title shot against Harvey Hastings, and boy did he give it his all. Whatever he had left, he threw at Harvey Hastings inside that Hell in a Cell, but it just was not enough. So now Perry Heenan slowly trying to build his way back up. Starts here tonight. Well, it started last week when he beat Paul Devine. Continues tonight, continues at Ascendant 6 where he meets MF3. Springboard dropkick missed by Chris Diamond, but does not miss that sunset flip powerbomb. Shades of his best friend Rob Cross. And now the hot tag is made finally. Here comes PJ Moon. Big old knee to the chest. Now a kitchen sink. And again the knee to the chest. Now Chris Diamond's the one looking for the hot tag. Just before he's about to make that leap of faith, though, PJ Moon stomps on the quad, and now a jumping knee busts Diamond wide open. I think PJ Moon hit like, what, maybe 6, 7, 8 of those on Diamond in their Deadly Games match. Well, we know that Chris Diamond has the Chaos Kick well scouted. He reversed maybe like 5 of those. Backbreaker, neckbreaker combination. Perry Heenan down on the outside. PJ Moon looks to bring this match to an end. MF3 hasn't even been legal yet. But Moon tuning up the man in the corner, and the Chaos Kick connects. Doesn't counter it this time. No Perry Heenan to help out PJ Moon, though. MF3 makes the save. Then gonna give Diamond a little bit of time to recuperate, and Diamond is bleeding like a stuck pig. Well, PJ Moon just made a drastic mistake going for the Phoenix Splash, and now gets a break-in neck foundation. Moon might have just handed the victory here to the Baller. And MF3, 1, 2. Moon took the risk, didn't pay off, but luckily he's able to stay with it. Diamond doesn't care though. Right back on the attack again with the break-in neck foundation. Diamond ain't playing around tonight, guys. Hooks the leg, and I don't know that Moon can kick out of 2 of them back-to-back like that. 1, 2. No, he does though. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Diamond, a breaking neck foundation in a row. Holy crap. Look at Perry hitting it. And they got to be kidding me, ref. Stop this. Chris Diamond may have very well just broken PJ Moon's neck. One. Well, GG. MF3, I guess, did break up the pin in a way. Swando right in front of referee Murphy stopped him from making the count. Might have inadvertently cost Diamond the win, though. Jeez Louise, man. Chris Diamond with 3 breaking neck foundations in a row. How is PJ Moon even conscious right now? If I were him, I would tag in Perry Heaton immediately. Nah, but he really can't. Chris Diamond takes him out. Well, that just tells you how much animosity there is between these two. That Diamond would go so far as to literally try and break PJ Moon's neck there. But PJ Moon with the sit-out pile driver. No MF3 to save him. PJ Moon goes to the corner. Tuning up the man once again. Diamond turns him out. Chaos kick countered. Once again. Oh, what up, PJ? Just in time. This match will be going on for a good while now, but Chris Diamond just hit 3 back-to-back-to-back breaking neck foundations. PJ Moon tries to make a tag again, but Chris Diamond not having any of it. MF3 still hasn't been tagged in. Oh my God. It's not even funny at this point. A 4th breaking neck foundation. If I were referee Murphy, I'd just call this match now. I mean, this is over. Come on, Perry Heaton. I mean, I know Heaton doesn't want to lose this match, but come on. The well-being of PJ Moon is more important. And no, come on. Heaton, help him out. A 5th. A 5th breaking neck foundation. Murphy, call it, man. Call it. Perry, please don't break this up. Oh my God, the same thing that happened last time. MF3 just dove at referee Murphy. I mean, come on, man. This matchup should be stopped right now. Chris Diamond has hit 5 breaking neck foundations on PJ Moon. This is ridiculous. Moon, man, just when I think I can't respect PJ Moon anymore, somehow he amazes me again. How is his spine not shattered in a million different pieces right now? I'll never know. But a pile driver is trying to get back at Diamond now. These two don't care about beating each other. They want to injure each other. It's very apparent now. Oh, before Chris Diamond can hit a 6th breaking neck foundation, PJ Moon shuts him down. DDT. I mean, there's no way PJ Moon comes out of this match at 100%. I mean, Perry Heaton's not looking very good there on the apron either. Another sit-out pile driver by Moon. MF3 now back to his feet. Still hasn't even been tagged in. And Moon finally, wisely, gonna make a tag to Perry Heaton at the same time, though. Diamond leaps, and there's the hand. Here comes MF3, finally, and right into a big boot he runs. That was great. MF3, though, fires back quickly with a Dragon Scooter, and Fisher looking to get an edge over his Ascendant 6 opponent. Super kick to the midsection, and the axe kick by Maurice. That'll be a rope break, though. Lucky positioning for Perry Heaton. Here comes Moon. What's he doing? He just tagged out. MF3 taking on everybody. The Angel of Fusion beating up both men while Chris Diamond recuperates on the outside. Forearm smash to the base of PJ Moon's skull, and he's gone. He's done. 4 Maurice, though, not content, goes for a Swanton Bomb. Horribly misses, though. Thought he was targeting Moon with it. Perry Heenan has not been able to recover from the axe kick. There we go. Maybe he was playing possum. Kick to the midsection, catches Fisher, and an STF now locked in. MF3 this time gets the rope break. And look at that fist across the face again and again and again. Perry Heenan now, the pretty boy Pitbull. You can tell the cogs are turning in his mind. What is he thinking about here? How is he going to try to finish off MF3? Slamming Fisher face first off of the canvas. That's just straight disrespect. And why would he even respect MF3? The way that he came over here to Monday Night Fusion, just demanding things when he hadn't earned them. Back suplex. Back suplex again. And then into a German. Perry Heenan rolling. MF3 in all kinds of trouble. He lets Heenan continue this way. Brings him up on a 1DS slow, methodical pace being adopted by Perry Heenan, but MF3 fires back, goes for a chop block, instead gets a punch to the face, and again. Now this ain't gonna be pretty. Big boot off the short arm. Inside control, Perry Heenan just lets loose. Shot after shot. And if you think Heenan's done, you're dead wrong. Tries for a scoop slam, gets the knee to the midsection, though, gonna make it hard for him to breathe. MF3 knows it, snap German by the Angel. Perry Heenan, though, sends it right back at him. Tries to close in, gets an arm drag. Goes for a grapple, punch to the chest instead. Cheeky jab, reverses, counter, 1999. Reversal fest ensuing in this tag match on Monday Night Fusion. Number 133. Still a lot to get to here tonight. And the STF once again locked in by Heenan. But MF3 finds an escape this time. Last time he got a rope break. Oh no! Super kick! And just like that, axe kick again! Perry Heenan is out. Hooks the leg. Is this matchup over? 1, 2. No! Incredible. Incredible. Perry Heenan kicks out on his own. PJ Moon would have gotten there to save him. Also, now Moon trying to give Heenan a little bit of time to catch his bearings. Well, now PJ Moon's got to return to the apron unless he get disqualified here by referee Murphy. And Heenan just slides into the pin, probably having no idea really where he is, just out of instinct at this point. Perry drops down in the corner like it ain't nothing to me, fam. I am still aces, says Perry Heenan, but a punch to the gut changes that. MF3, straight open ham to the chest. Scoop slam, Heenan drops down behind, pushes MF3 away to create some distance. And right back to this trio. Back suplex, and German again. And it is Perry Heenan who has his finger to the trigger, and MF3 who's sinking into the deep end as Heenan looks to lock him up in the dog collar by the pretty boy Pitbull. MF3 is trapped with nowhere to go, but he escapes. MF3 finds a way and escapes the dog collar. Incredible match. Now arm drag for arm drag, both men vying for control, trying desperately to bring this match to an end. Scoop slam, MF3 drops down behind, back suplex. Into the seated position. Up onto one knee, Fisher. Hangman's neck breaker, then a butterfly suplex. Brings it all together. MF3, baby. Wants to bring it home, but Perry Heenan just will not give up. Refuses to quit. That's exactly what we saw from him in the Deadly Games. What we saw from him last week against Paul Devine. What we're seeing here. Torture rack neckbreaker to the pin. Will it be? 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. PJ Moon that gets a modicum of payback towards Diamond for those 5 breaking neck foundations, taking him out. And this leaves MF3 all on his own. And Heenan again. No! Dog collar countered. And the snap German more time. Made for MF3 trying to stay alive. But Heenan not having it. Not having it. The dog collar locked in again. No Chris Diamond to save him. MF3. Can he escape a second time, or will he be forced to tap? MF3 is forced to tap. Perry Heenan taps out Maurice Fisher III, and he and PJ Moon are victorious. What a tag team war that was. That had to feel good for Perry Heenan, man. Slowly, last week Paul Devine, this week MF3. Maurice Fisher III going to be looking for revenge at Ascendant 6 at the show of shows. They go one-on-one. PJ Moon going to have to get looked at, though, man. 5 breaking neck foundations. 5. 3 of them right in a row. Opponents, they were at final stand, but partners tonight. And a handshake shows respect between these two warriors. Yeah, well, honestly, sincerely, hopefully PJ Moon does get looked over by the medical crew, because something to play with, man. Even though Chris, he definitely may have won in the aspect of trying to injure people. No, that is the match after this, Bateman. Because up next, we have a Trios division action. The former Trios champions, the Kent brothers and Damien, taking on a new Trios team, CMV veterans Shanaz Andoni, Zach Payne, and Bison. This could prove to be a deadly affair. The Kent brothers and Damien, their time with the Trios titles wasn't very long. They lost them to the NGW rookies, remember, and then Mr. Extreme on his own last week lost the titles to the BRC, becoming 2-time Trios champions. Now we know that Damien is set to go one-on-one with Dury Suckanov in a Monsters Ball at Ascent. Ryan Kent will be going one-on-one with Quantum. So for now, they're going to have to put their mission to become Trios champions again on the back burner. But guys, the team of Andoni, Zach Payne, and Bison have 8 championships between them. 8. Shanaz, a 2-time champion, 2-time light heavyweight champion, 2-time Anarchy champion, and 1-time Fusion tag team champion. Zach Payne, a former 2-time tag team champion, first ever United States champion, and former Anarchy champion. Bison, a 2-time international champion and tag team champion. These 3 men on their own. Together, whoo! They are looking to take over Trios division. Sean Kent's in the Battle Royal dynamic. He was confirmed. The third annual Slick B Memorial Battle Royale. As are Andoni, Payne, and Bison. All three of them confirmed for the third annual Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. They'll be opponents on that night, but tonight they are partners. And if tonight works out well enough for them, just maybe, they'll decide to keep it that way and go for the titles. Well, Ryan Kent's mission this season was to capture the two titles, the only two titles he has yet to hold on this side of CMV. One has been striked off, that being the trios titles. Only one remains. The most decorated superstar in CMV history has got one more title left to capture. That's the United States Championship. And maybe after a sentence before the season ends, that's going to be what he goes after. Now joined by his brother Sean. Just looking to build up momentum. You know, Quantum has been throwing shots pretty much every single week since the match was announced, and most recently, he was down in Mexico, was Quantum, giving a seminar about why he would win the Ascendance match against Ryan Kent. He actually gave an entire presentation which said that Quantum has the most wins in CMV history, Ryan Kent does not, and that's all the facts that needed to be said. Ryan Kent always been a very quiet man, preferring to let his actions in the ring speak for him rather than words, but certainly Quantum's got to be getting under his skin. And here comes the Gargoyle of Destruction, the newcomer of the year. The man whose record I've honestly lost track of, but it's over 30 wins at this point. And only 6 losses, 1 draw. Was Damien, who showed up on Genesis last week to answer the challenge of Guri Sukhanov for a rematch from their homecoming 3 bout at Ascendant 6. Damien saying, "You want me to whoop you again? I've got no qualms." And it's going to be a Monsters Ball as well. A Monsters Ball match, meaning it's falls count anywhere, anything goes. Chaz. Well, there are our former Trios champions, the Kent brothers and Damien. And here comes the real #1 Baba baby, the Punjabi playboy Johnny Gat. Shanaz Andoni. Shanaz joined by the inaugural, the very first ever CMV United States champion, Zach Payne. Last time we saw Zach Payne was 3 weeks ago when he actually won a non-title match against Harvey Hastings. Used his feet on the ropes to defeat Harvey Hastings. Shanaz Andoni, Zach Payne ready to go as last but not least their partner, the original monster of CMV, the Beast, the Barbarian Bison. Last time we saw Bison was over a month ago. He got a win over Harry Heenan. He kind of disappeared after that. A little bit of a deserved vacation. Now Bison is back and he is hungry. You know, Bison at Ascendance is 2-0. Well, he'll certainly have his work cut out for him if he wants to remain. If he wants to remain unbeaten. At Ascendance, he'll have to defeat 29 other men, including his two partners tonight, in that 30-man Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. But starting off here, Ryan Kent immediately charges Shanaz Andoni and takes him out. Trouble actually just got, punched the midsection from Zach Payne there on the apron. Of course, Ryan Kent and Zach Payne have a very, very, very long history. Bitter rivals, even tag team partners for a time. They were world tag team champions together. They actually, I think it was about, was it last month or the month before that, they fought one-on-one with Ryan Kent getting the victory for the first time in 2 years. They met in the ring once again. Hopefully we can get them going at it. About to say, but, no, he's probably not going to see this, but congratulations to Trouble, who just got engaged. And now a tag to Sean Kent, a younger brother, looking to continue the attack on Andoni. Shanaz fires off, though, with a short arm shoulder block. The real number one Bubba. With an Irish whip into the corner, slowly approaches, does Shanaz. Looks for a tag to Zach Payne. Snapmare. Nice teamwork. Double rebound, leg drop, body splash combination. Now Zach Payne, a very methodical competitor, knows every single way to inflict pain on an opponent. As he does so right there on the knee of Sean Kent. Liquor place around the corner from my house, Hellish. Nice German suplex right there by Sean Kent. Gets himself the upper hand. Can he maintain it? Tag now to Ryan Kent. The brothers frequently in and out. Here we go. These two men have been intertwined in each other's careers forever, and Ryan Kent thought he had finally gotten rid of Payne. The 2 years he was gone, now he's back. Woo, nicely done. Ryan Kent pulled him into a back suplex again. And a German, the most decorated champion in CMV history. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, brother. Zach Payne begins to stir. Ryan Kent goes back in for the kill. Stomp. Down in that upper back, tries for a scoop slam. Zach Payne wiggles free though and takes him down, slamming him right on his arm. We know Zach Payne is submission expert with that sleeper hold of his he calls painkiller. You do not want to get caught up in that. And a tag to Bison. And these two men know each other very well also. Many times they've come to blows. Or should I say it blows. Oh, Ryan Kent trying for a discus forearm smash and stick and a cheeky little jab and a back suplex to devastating effect across the shoulder of the Barbarian. Elbow drop then as Ryan Kent was looking to crawl his way to a corner and try to tag hands with his brother or perhaps Damien. Imagine a Damien Bison match. Woo! That would be something to see. Damien is getting ready to fight another giant, and Gary's looking up the sentence. Maybe Bison would be a good test. Good practice. Well, vintage Kent right there with a single knee face breaker. Now circling Bison like a shark in the water, smelling the blood of its prey. Pounces full mount and just raining down some lefts. Stomp to the gut. Brings him up on a one knee. Bison, you can tell right now, is reeling. Sharp strike to the midsection, though. Zach Payne tried for a cheeky punch to the back of the head, but it didn't go his way. Reeled in the front headlock. Bill up. Big elbow to the back of the head, and it just might be a matter of time for Ryan Kent and the rest of his team. Nope, Kent's just going to no-sell it like a pro. Immediately sweeping the legs of Bison. Bison, though, creates another opening. Talked about Zach Payne's deadly submission ability. Let's not forget Bison's Iron Maiden. That camel clutch that I'm sure Ken never wants to feel the sting of. And he's going to look to bring it all together right here. Maybe Damian won't even have to break a sweat tonight. Ken clash. The fire starter rolls into the pin. But Zach Payne distracting referee Murphy, trying to give Bison some time to kick out. 1, 2, but then Zach Payne makes the save regardless. Gonna pay for it at the hands of Sean. Takes him down with a modified back suplex. Meanwhile, Ryan Kent, very disrespectful in the corner and targeting Zach Payne, who's not the legal man. Bison still is. Bison with the opportunity now, thanks to Zach Payne, to try to come back in this matchup. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is Bison doing? What is Bison doing? The Barbarian with a Bison bomb on the apron, my God! Mamma mia! Might have just broken Ryan Kent's spine! Holy shit, but somehow Kent doesn't have a broken back. Tries to Irish whip Bison back in the ring, but Zach Payne's feet stopping him from doing so. Well, now it's Bison gets that slight opening, slamming Ryan Kent's head off the steel post. But guys, keep your ears open. Count of 7 by referee Murphy. Uh-oh. Getting into dangerous territory. Bison rolls back into the ring. 8. Uh-oh. But Shanaz Andoni, like the good guy he is, gonna give Ryan Kent the chance in this match to continue. Or perhaps just trying to feed him to Bison. He throws him back in the ring. Up against the ropes now. And Bison with the Bison bomb. A second time. 1, 2. And Damian making himself useful in this match. Big boot to Bison. Breaks up the pin, but then Shanaz takes out his former rival. Shanaz was the first man ever to defeat Damian. But Bison, no fucks given. As Damian continues to get taken care of by Shanaz ringside. Earth-shattering power slam. Now it's up to Sean to make the save, and he does. Shanaz gonna make him pay for it now. Zach Payne just doing nothing. You saw Bison signaling right there to crush. Wants to finish Kent off for good, but the fire starter ain't no quitter. Gonna take a lot more than that to keep him down. What's Kent going for now here? Brother Sean is still done. Damian on the apron, and Ryan Kent with a drive-by kick. Ryan slithers back into the ring, hooks the leg of the Barbarian. 1, 2, only a 2 count. And Ryan Kent, is he finally gonna make a tag to Damian? Yes, and there it is, monster versus monster. Great practice for Damian, Going into Ascendant 6 where he meets the Russian Ogre, Guri Sukanov immediately spits that red mist. Ryan Kent definitely needs a rest. He got a Bison Bomb with the apron, another Bison Bomb, then a Power Slam. And look at Damien holding his boot to the gut of Bison here. Remember how easily Damien and the Kent brothers dominated the BRC to win the Trios titles? Well, they are certainly getting a better fight here out of Andoni, Payne, and Bison. Matter of time to the Gargoyle. Vintage. Okay, hello. Bison not playing around. Where is he taking him? Oh! Bison! Bison bomb! To the 300+ pound Damien. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. I'm not surprised about that. Damien just got in the ring for the first time. Bison's had enough, though. Tagged to Zach Payne. Zach Payne to the second turnbuckle. Knee strike. Right across the face. We saw Sean try to help out. Zach Payne knocking Andoni off the apron. Late try. I don't think it exactly hit the way he would have liked it to. Not to perfection. There we go. Damien with the sign of life. Throws Zach Payne overhead with the fireman's carry. Not done either. Wraps that big meaty claw around Zach Payne's throat. All the way up and back down to head. Choke slam all the way from hell. And he ain't finished. Follows it up with the virus slam. Good night, sweet prince. To do the deed. What? What? Did Zach Payne just kick out at 0? Excuse me? Was that a rope break and I just couldn't see it because the knee trembler from Zach Payne out of nowhere. And now Payne. Oh my God. Zach Payne takes down the Colossus. Painkiller. Painkiller locked in. Will Damien tap out for the first time ever? Oh my God, he does. What? Why did the Kents not help him out? Damien submits for the first time ever. Ryan and Sean were just like, nah, we're done. Well, I'll say this much. If Shanaz Andoni, Zach Payne, and Bison remain a trios team, a warning to the rest of the division. Zach Payne on a roll. First world champion Harvey Hastings now forces Damien to tap out for the first time ever. The Ken brothers didn't even lift a finger to help out. What the hell? I'm still trying to figure out if Zach Payne kicked out at 0 or if he got a rope break. Mamma mia. Papa John. Well, guys, the action continues. Up next, it is our tertiary main event. One second, though. I gotta shave after this because this mustache hair will not get out of my mouth. The struggle, you know? The real struggle. Well, here we go, guys. Sorry about that. This is definitely going to be an interesting matchup to watch, guys, as this man, the longest reigning CMV light heavyweight champion of all time, the Deck, the gold-blooded face of change, Percy Simmons, with a new look about him, makes his way out from the back with championship in hand, stepping up his level of competition tonight as he faces former world champion Schmitty. Still to come up next after this in our coming event, Chase Henderson, or should I say Henderson, will be taking on primetime Peter Thompson. And of course, in our main event, a combustible match. Dysfunctional teams Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious take on Jacob Ziegler and world champion Harvey Hastings. Now, on the topic of world championships, though, Percy Simmons has made a point that his championship is the world title of Fusion. It's the most prestigious, and it's a little bit hard to argue. The longest reigning champion of all time, 4 successful defenses under his belt, the most since Ryan Kent, of course, held the belt, setting the record at 9, not just for the light heavyweight title, but for every championship in CMV. And like I said, definitely a big step up from competition. Taking nothing away from Percy Simmons' recent opponents, but the game changer, the greatest professional wrestler on the planet today, Schmitty, is a whole different level. The former European, United States, and world champion has been on a mission to get an Ascendant 6 match with Paul Devine. After he and Devine knocked off Global Events in the final stand, he once again challenged the Asian sensation. Paul said no. Last week, after Devine had lost to Perry Heenan, Schmitty again got in the ring and challenged him, said, Paul, come on, what do you got to lose? But Devine once more said no, because I have nothing to gain. Now Schmitty gonna have to try to put that in the back of his mind for now. He goes up against Percy Simmons, and right out of the gate, Simmons with an Irish whip. Ascendant 6 on the horizon, and Simmons' challenger for the title still has not been revealed. I mean, everybody in the light heavyweight division that has stepped up to him has fallen. Obviously, the success has gone right to his head. And look at that, a little bit of handspring. While I will say that Percy Simmons definitely got a little bit too egotistical for me, there's a reason he has. You know, there's a reason he's gotten this way, because he's been so successful, and in a way, he deserves it. You know, he can act however he wants, because nobody has been able to stop him. And look at right out of the gate, he has taken it to Schmitty. Rolled through, super kick by Percy Simmons. Then a kick to the chest. What in the hell? Schmitty, though, says, get that shit out of here. Woo! A little bit of A little bit of a roll before the elbow stamp to the top of the noggin. No doubt if Percy Simmons defeats Schmidt here tonight, we are going to be hearing about it for a very long time. Percy wanting to cement his legacy as the greatest champion on Monday Night Fusion, the greatest light heavyweight champion of all time. 4 defenses, he's just 5 away. I mean, that's a lot, but 5 away from breaking Kent's record. Making it to 10, a springboard lariat. Takes Schmidt off his feet, now trying to recuperate as he rolls to the apron. Big hook to the jaw, drops him down to the outside, not a place he wants to be. Percy keeps his eyes on him though. And of course, takes the time to do a little bit of taunting. Well, Schmitty's one to know all about being a big-headed, excuse my French, asshole. He's changed his ways though, now as a father, fights for his family. And loves competition. Tweeted out earlier this week saying, I can't wait for this match. A new opponent. A good opponent. Cheeky little knee strike there as he goes up to the second turnbuckle. Oh! Elbow straight across the chest. Schmitty now goes for a scoop slam, drops down behind, does the longest reigning light heavyweight champion of all time. Percy Simmons continuing to mock the CMV Universe and Schmitty at the same time. Playing a lot of mind games. Clothesline again, Schmitty sent to the outside. It's almost like Percy Simmons is trying to say, get out of my ring, Schmitty. You don't belong in here with me. This is going to come back to bite Simmons, though. I'm telling you right now. I'm not an in-ring competitor. I can't really speak on the matter, but from watching all the matches I have, you know, coming up on 500 episodes of CMV, it never ends well when somebody talks that much in a match. And here we go, back suplex from the high rent district. Percy landed right on his neck. Up to the top rope, the game changer high. Best in the world elbow drop, but Percy Simmons given too much time to recuperate. Side coming and moves out of the way. Now has Schmitty right where he wants him. Irish whip to the corner. From behind, gets an elbow to the side of the head. Forearm smash, straight to the gut. Another forearm smash. Doesn't just look brutal, it is brutal. And Schmitty, very wise, obviously did his homework on Percy Simmons, going for the knee of Simmons. The Dex finishing maneuver is that one kick KO, a fireman's carry roundhouse kick. So if you, obvious, if you take out Percy Simmons' legs, he's not able to use that maneuver. Back suplex, or I should say a back flip right there. Oh, and Percy Simmons rallying. Nobody in the CMV Universe really likes the guy, though. Seated senton, don't think he cares. Ducks the clothesline. Springboard crossbody, still not done. Wheelbarrow Bulldog! Simmons has used that recently to knock off opponents. But he knows that Schmitty is a different level of competition and won't be enough. Instead, eat defeat by the gold-blooded light heavyweight champion. And Schmitty sinking into the deep end, trying to keep his head above the water, but Percy Simmons, man, how impressive has he been in this match? Taunts, gives Schmitty a few moments. That's Schmitty going to use it against him. Kicks in the midsection, caught by Simmons. Trips him up. And what is this? Simmons with a inverted figure 4 almost being applied, or an Indian deathlock as it's commonly referred to. Schmitty got a rope break, but he will not get a break from this. Simmons, again, a second time, wheelbarrow facebuster. To the pin this time. This would be the biggest win of Simmons' career. 1, 2, no, but it will not be enough to keep down the greatest professional wrestler on the planet today. Oh, what a hard line to the apron, and now Simmons gonna take through the air. Beckoning for Schmitty to rise to his feet. Schmitty not really knowing where he is. Simmons with another leaping lariat. Now lining up his shot right down the barrel with that deadly knee. European uppercut though. Schmitty not one to give up easy. Lifting reverse DDT. All the way up and back down again, and Schmitty beginning to think that little smirk creeping onto his face. Lets the fans know he's all right. Mounting a comeback with their support. Double forearm smash, clothesline into the modified facebuster. Hook to the jaw, caught though by Percy Simmons, forearm smash. High kick now by the light heavyweight champion. Trap Schmitty in the corner. Whisper in the wind by Percy Simmons. And he's not done. Lost in the woods. The boot of Simmons drilled right into the jaw of Schmitty. And Simmons, the one kick KO to the game changer. And this could change the game if Simmons is victorious. 1, 2, and he is 3. Percy Simmons has just defeated Schmitty. Quite honestly, I am speechless. Percy Simmons wants to cement his legacy as the greatest light heavyweight champion of all time, and he is well on his way. The Deck just defeated Schmitty clean here on Monday Night Fusion, a former world champion. The biggest victory of Percy's career. Amazing. Perhaps Schmitty, under the surface, underestimated Percy Simmons a bit, and it cost him one kick KO. Percy Simmons celebrating a monumental victory in his CMV career. Look how he responds to the boos. This kid, man, he is the future. Just proved it there. All right, guys. Well, from one future star in Percy Simmons to another, and Chase Henderson, we just saw a huge upset there. Maybe it is the chosen one's turn as he goes up against the big dog prime time, Pierre Thompson. With Ascendant 6 on the horizon just 5 weeks away, there's been a lot of talk amongst the CMV fans in the universe about exactly what awaits Thompson at the show of shows. They're not sure about exactly where he will fit in. Tonight, though, Thompson just has to stay focused on his opponent. He cannot afford to underestimate Chase Henderson like Schmitty did Percy Simmons. Henderson is a deadly competitor, especially with that armbar of his. Chase Henderson, we haven't seen in a few weeks, but what an opportunity he's being given in his return. Former United States and international champion Pierre Thompson. Shit, hang on 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that. I had to fix my glasses for a moment. My little baby glasses. It is our co-main event on Monday Night Fusion number 133. The young up-and-coming chosen one, Chase Henderson, battling the big dog, Pierre Thompson. Our main event's to come up next. Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious, how are they going to find a way to work together? Taking on the team equally as dysfunctional Jacob Ziegler and world champion Harvey Hastings. Pierre Thompson, who is 1-1 at the shows, I think is probably just as curious as to what awaits him at Ascendance as the rest of the fans, me included. But after winning the Deadly Games, that might have been Pierre Thompson's last chance, at least for a while. As referee Murphy rings the bell, and Pierre Thompson on that Mount Rushmore of men who have never held a world championship, but that'll come close. Starts strong against Henderson. Punch to the top of the head, fires back though. Does Chase having to obviously know what an opportunity this could be for him to knock off someone the stature of Pierre Thompson. Man, the way he ricocheted out of that corner did not sound like it felt too good. Irish whip rebounds. This is the co-main event. Woo! Look at Henderson with some agility, flipping out of that suplex attempt, then puts Pierre over the shoulder, showing off his power. Cross-legged Samoan driver. That is why I am a fan of Henderson. I can see bright things in the future of this kid. All he needs is the wins to back it up and to get him places. Hammerlock back suplex. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt bad. And you know exactly what Henderson is setting up for, that bridging armbar of his. I talked about it during his entrance. Pierre does not want to get caught in that. He does not want to be forced to tap. After losing the Deadly Games, losing here tonight on Fusion, it's not, obviously, it's not going to better Pierre's case to get on the Ascendant 6 card. Up over the shoulder, nice little gut wrench powerbomb. Grabbing at his lower back, Henderson now goes up to the second turnbuckle. So far, so good for the chosen one. Just as I say that, might have cost himself. Throwing him right off the plank into the ocean. Neckbreaker, followed through by a butterfly suplex. Oh! The big boy with a cannonball, throwing the entirety of his weight there, chasing the corner, and then an Alpha Bear water slide closely behind. I've always loved an Alpha Bear water slide, a truly beautiful maneuver. Chase Henderson action rolling out of the way, but then running right into the grasp of Thompson. Didn't exactly save himself much. Back body drop on the apron. Pierre hangs on for dear life. Chase decides to taunt. And Pierre throwing himself again like a spear. That shoulder block. Very impressive offense by Thompson so far in this matchup. Neckbreaker again into the butterfly suplex. Rebounds. Chase Henderson again looking for refuge in the corner. He's not going to find it. Thompson instead with a kick to the chest. Now stomping 3 times in a row. That was an interesting walk out of the corner. No, take away from the stomps though. Thompson, I think, may have just gone for the play of the day. He was looking for the setup, but Chase Henderson, sharp DDT, and what an enziguri. Turns things around just like that. The chosen one looking for his patented armbar. Thompson studied the tapes though, did his homework. Had it well scouted. And second time's the charm. Play of the day by the big dog. Straight into the pin he goes. 1, 2. 2 count only. Thompson takes a second to collect himself before going right back on the attack. Lining up his shot. Up high and down again with the highlight. Hooks the leg to seal the deal. 1, 2. 2 count. Chase Henderson showing some guts to survive that. Keep this match going. Not only that, now turns things around. Jawbreaker. My God. Henderson filled himself. Let's out a woo. Slick rebound. Hurricane Rana DDT. Pierre Thompson getting rocked. Shoulder block, rebounds off the ropes now. Pierre Thompson again caught with that shoulder block. But look at this now. Throws Chase Henderson out into the apron. Chase Henderson recovers quickly to the top rope. Thompson has no idea. Double axe handle from up high. Wow, whatever Henderson was hoping to go for there, Pierre Thompson has something else ready for him. Second Alpha Mare water slide in this match. Fujiwara armbar. That's a peculiar tactic for Pierre Thompson to try to lock in an armbar on an armbar specialist. Yeah, Chase easily and spectacularly escapes. Hook to the jaw on a Russian leg sweep. Classic, simple, but effective. Chase Henderson not quitting in this matchup, and I can give my respect for that. Pierre Thompson needs this win, though. Both men need this win. That kick to the back just pissed Pierre off. And what is this, like a pride thing? Does he want to tap out Henderson with an armbar for some reason? Chase escapes a second time with that spinning head scissors. Cheeky little jab up over the shoulders, and Chase Henderson working together. Nasty offense. Dropping Pierre Thompson chest first across the top rope. Enziguri for a second time in this match. The boot of Henderson connecting swiftly to the base of Pierre's skull. Thompson able to take that in stride though. Oh, Thompson rarely goes for this. The Muscle Buster, and one of the most cringe-inducing maneuvers personally for me. Every time I see that, especially at that angle, you just got to see Henderson's neck go splat. 1, 2. Jesus, man. What's it gonna take here? Henderson showing his heart. 18-inch python put on display before dropping the bow across the chest, and Henderson has gone completely limp. Dropped face first on the top turnbuckle. No response from the Chosen One. Pierre again with these mudhole stomps. Taking over that walk out of the corner. Well, regardless of the outcome, man, Chase Henderson very impressed with how he's fared so far against someone the level of Pierre Thompson. And maybe, just maybe, he can find a way. But right now, Thompson is all over him like peanut butter on jelly. Jawbreaker Thompson gets his shin kicked out. Ugh. You just had your shin kicked. Where's Chase going now? Pierre Thompson pulling himself up, using the ropes. Yeah, Henderson rethought his game plan and now decides it's the perfect opportunity to taunt. Clotheslining Thompson right out of the ring. Oh my God, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Chase! Moonsault to the outside of the ring, and how phenomenal was that? Cravat neckbreaker to boot. Chase Henderson showing us he feels at home, not only inside the CMV ring, but outside of it as well. Oh no. And furthering the attack to the neck. Oh, with downright dastardly swinging neckbreaker. To the ring again. Ascendance is the 10th, 12th, and 13th of August. 10th, 12th, 13th of August. Second time Hangman's neckbreaker. If I were referee Murphy, if I were in his shoes right now, I'd call this match right now. We already had PJ Moon possibly sustain a neck injury tonight. Don't need Pierre on that list, who has a history of neck injuries. Just earlier this season, he was out for half a month with a neck injury. Third time. Jesus Christ, man. Chase Henderson. There we go, finally. Pierre, I thought he was dead, but luckily he counters for Henderson was maybe going for that neckbreaker a fourth time. Damage has been done, though. Crosses the legs. Samoan driver, that's how he started the matchup, how he's looking to finish it. 1, 2. Pierre throws his arm up. Don't know what he's working on, but whatever's left about to be snuffed out by Henderson. This time takes Pierre down. The big dog in trouble. There it is. The bridging Fujiwara armbar locked in, and Chase Henderson forces the big dog to submit. The Chosen One. Two upsets back to back. What a bout between these two superstars, but in the end, Chase Henderson, I think he went a little bit over the line with those Hangman's neckbreakers. But it also delivered him the win, able to lock in that bridging Fujiwara armbar. And Pierre Thompson, it's the new breed, baby. Percy Simmons defeats Schmitty, and Chase Henderson knocks off Pierre Thompson. What up, Mari and Tiffany? Well, Chase going to be celebrating tonight. I assure you, the question is, can he use this momentum to push forward and start racking up some more victories? And guys, I just got word from this main event matchup was supposed to be a tag team match. Andrew Briggs and Matt Devious taking on Jacob Ziegler and Harvey Hastings. But Yuri Sokolov has just alerted me to the fact that both Matt Devious and Harvey Hastings were seen leaving the arena together just moments ago in their street clothes, bags packed. And so it's Devious and Hastings in cahoots, both decided to ditch their partners and rendering this a one-on-one matchup now for our main event. Andrew Briggs and Jacob Ziegler going one-on-one. Can't say that I'm surprised if they did show up. You know, I can't imagine that it would have gone smoothly. So both Devious and Hastings instead chipping their partners. At least they both decided to do it and didn't make this a handicap match. Well, honestly, I think this might come as a relief for both Andrew Briggs and Jacob Ziegler. They don't have to team up with their, well, for Andrew Briggs with the most hated man in his life. And for Jacob Ziegler, the man that stands between he and fulfilling his destiny to become world champion. And a tweet from world champion Harvey Hastings says, like I said, stay in your corner. Well, now this matchup, quite honestly, I am excited for it. It's a rematch from the season finale at Retaliation, where Jacob Ziegler had actually defeated Andrew Briggs. That was the last time these two came face to face. Well, you know what? This does not exactly give me good vibes, if you will, regarding this Sunday's main event at Purgatory. Is Harvey Hastings going to ditch Jacob Ziegler again? And as Jacob Ziegler makes his way out here, a tweet from Matt Devious as well says, "Oh, was I supposed to show up? He just threatened to hurt me oh so bad on Twitter. I figured he could handle the match alone." The mind games have been mounting up slowly but surely towards Andrew Briggs, and we really saw, I think, Andrew Briggs crack finally back at Final Stand in his matchup with Hayden. Andrew Briggs was in control, and just suddenly he lost it and left. Walked off to the back to give Hayden the count-out victory. Last week, even though it was a great match, we saw him struggle to keep up with MF3. Well, like I said, at least both Matt Devious and Harvey Hastings had the same idea in mind, and we're not getting a handicap here. The pride of Scotland, Jacob Ziegler, 5 weeks away from headlining Ascended 6 and receiving his first ever one-on-one shot at the World Championship. 2.5 years he's been in CMV. Many believe he deserved this opportunity long time ago. Will Ziegler fulfill his destiny at the Show of Shows when he challenges the assassin Harvey Hastings tonight? He's got to stay focused on the King of the Ring, the 3-time record-setting light heavyweight champion Andrew Briggs. As I touched on, these two men know each other well, but it's been near a year since the last time they faced off, and Ziegler starts off strong with a pump handle neck breaker. I think I gotta honestly say I'm a bit relieved that Matt Devious and Harvey Hastings didn't show up, because I feel like if they would have, then we wouldn't even have gotten a match. They would have just all started brawling with each other. I don't know what General Manager Yuri Sokolov was thinking making that. How are they going to work together? I guess he was trying to get them like to calm down. Oh! Alley-oop bomb, and Andrew Briggs hit every single turnbuckle on the way down face first. That looked like it was not pleasant. Now tries for a draw kick on the rebound, but Ziegler sidesteps him right into another pump handle neck breaker. Jacob Ziegler, a 2-time Anarchy champion, a Former Money in the Bank holder and Fusion Tag Team Champion Andrew Briggs going back to his old ways there momentarily with a rake of the eyes. Threatens a punch then as he follows up with a front headlock. Knee straight to the face, staggers Ziggler just a bit, allows Briggs to continue his onslaught. Forearm smash, hook to the jaw. There's the pendulum backbreaker showing up. Rearing its ugly head. And Briggs in the air, lion salt. Now Andrew Briggs tries to go for a belly-to-belly maybe, but Jacob Ziggler repaying him. Jesus Christ, third time already. This match that's gone on for no longer than 3 minutes with the metal neckbreaker. Drops down into the pin. One count produced. Certainly nowhere enough for Ziggler to get the victory. Keeps Briggs down though with some sharp knee strikes to the chest over and over. And as Ziggler goes to the apron, I was thinking about going to the apron and sees that Andrew Briggs is still stirring around a bit. A tweet from the light heavyweight champion. Percy. Whoa, wait a minute. Put that on hold because Jacob Ziggler to the high rank district. Oh, thought he might try for his moonsault. Now I'm curious what he's going to go for here. Woo! Missile drop kick. You know, I don't think Ziggler's ever hit one of those before. And going to admonish his own ability. Asking and the cheers of the CMV universe. But here's that tweet, guys, from Percy Simmons. He says, that's the antics of the so-called main champion. Yeah, right. Just remember, I'm here every week defending my belt. And that reminds me, next week, I'm going to be issuing another open challenge, baby. Hashtag legit champion. So Percy Simmons, guys, sending shade at Harvey Hastings again. And also announcing that next week he will be hosting an open challenge once again for his light heavyweight title as Andrew Briggs to the back suplex. Jacob Ziggler tries to get to see he does in the corner. But that's just perfect for Andrew Briggs to flatten him. This is an interesting, setup that was, but well, did it pay off is the real question, because Andrew Briggs grasped at his chest. Looks like he might have hurt himself more than he did Ziggler with that. Jacob, though, bounces back up. European uppercut. Oh, man. I can never get used to seeing that DDT. The way that he just drills people into the canvas with no remorse at all. No second thought for their well-being. Andrew Briggs luckily stays afloat, kicking out at one, but Ziggler gives him no rest. Not even a second to breathe. Those vicious knees digging into the chest, and Ziggler goes to the apron as he tried to earlier for that slingshot senton of his. Vintage Ziggler feeling very proud of himself in the moment, liking the way this matchup has been going thus far. Now the target painted on Andrew Briggs and his ankle. Goes for a stomp to the chest. Andrew Briggs, though, rebounds for a pep handle setup. Dropped into the single knee gut buster. And that's exactly what that move does. Busts the gut. Might even have to have the chance to break a rib or two. Clothesline. Jacob Ziggler wildly goes for one, but instead gets a third. Hook to the jaw. Caught by the Pride of Scotland. Forearm smash sent back. A little bit of a receipt. Powerbomb. Andrew Briggs says no thank you. Arm drag to counter out of it, and a desperation pin lateral press. One. These guys have only been able to get one counts on each other. Andrew Briggs up to the top rope. I keep thinking these guys are going to go for their patented top rope maneuvers, so they keep juking me out. Thought he was going to go for it. How clean and crisp was that reversal into the power slam. Andrew Briggs acts like it was no big deal. Gets back up to his feet with the quickness, and Ziggler trying to think of what to do next, but it wastes too much time. Andrew Briggs kicks out the knee, pops up, drive-by kick, his boot drilled right into Ziegler's head. There's that lethal combination that Andrew Briggs likes to go to, finishing with the knee right up under the chin. But now it's Ziegler, who doesn't have any time for selling. Big kick to the gut, goes to that sit-out tiger bomb of his. Whatever he tried for next, Andrew Briggs saw it coming from a mile off. Buster! Executed to perfection by Briggs. Goes for a pin, but Ziegler gets a rope break that time. And Andrew Briggs now in control, but Ziegler's not done just yet. Kick to the gut, caught. Boom! What a discus clothesline. That is enough to send your eyes rolling to the back of your head. Ziegler in La La Land as Andrew Briggs applies a inverted chin lock, but Jacob Ziegler doesn't stick around for all too long. Trip up the rugged side of Jacob Ziegler. That's been slowly but surely coming out of him these past few months. That side of him that just doesn't care what he has to do to get a match won. The #1 contender for the World Championship, I'm sure hoping that Harvey Hastings is watching very closely. Heel hook! And into the pin to do the deed. 1, 2. Just a 2 count though. Jacob Ziegler's not done though. Still has something to follow up on. Andrew Briggs, with what little he may have left to work with, comes back to life, catches a second wind. Well, that didn't exactly work out too well for him. Going for his patented Shining Wizard move, followed up by the clothesline. I'm not sure what happened there. And now Ziegler, like the dirty heel he is, resorting to underhanded tactics to try to get the job done. Murphy does not see his feet on the middle rope, but Andrew Briggs, no matter the leverage, still able to kick out, and Ziegler walking right into a face buster that busts him wide open. Man, Andrew Briggs has got nothing to thrive off of. Look at how exhausted he is. Everything that he's been through these past couple of months, it's really been weighing on him. He looks worn down. And Andrew Briggs is young, man. He's a young kid, but he looks like he's aged 10 years. But now up top, perhaps a last-ditch effort. Corkscrew senton. Moves out of the way to Ziegler. And has Briggs exactly where he wants him. The heel hook again, like a scorpion stinger. 1, 2, 3, and Jacob Ziegler's victorious. Well, what was supposed to be a tag team matchup here in a main event ended up being an old rivalry revisited, and what a matchup it was. But once again, Andrew Briggs falls, and Devious is to blame. In the end, Andrew Briggs took one too many risks, desperately tried for that corkscrew senton of his, but Ziegler knows him too well, moved out of the way, and the Scorpion's sting delivers Ziegler the win. And here it is right here. If Briggs would have hit this, it probably would have won him the match, but Ziggler was having none of it, neither here nor there. Jacob Ziggler has waited 2.5 years for his one-on-one world championship opportunity. It comes in 5 weeks at the show of shows, Ascendant 6. Is Harvey Hastings ready for Ziggler? And in the meantime, will Harvey Hastings show up to Purgatory this Sunday, or will he leave Ziggler high and dry again when they take on the team of Josh Wolf and Chris Andrews? Well, guys, if you like what you saw and you do want to let you know when I go interested in being a cat, we'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. We are next one. Keep that in mind. Point, Twitter, and exclamation to give you links to all pages. And thank you for a great episode of Fusion. Long one. What was that? 2 hours and 15 minutes. But a great show. A lot of upsets. And now we go into NGW this Thursday with an NGW Championship match in the main event. And then, of course, on Friday, the 500th episode of CMV featuring superstars from Fusion, NGW, and Genesis. And then, of course, Purgatory this Sunday, July the 15th, the last stop before Ascendance 6. So I'll see you guys hopefully at one of those times. Again, thank you for watching. Have a good one.